Hey guys, it's John here again. Great to see everybody again watching, and this is my experience of the Europe Foreigner Whitesnake concert at the O2 from the May the 16th. Sorry, I feel a bit awful today. Nose, throat. Tried doing this video yesterday, and my memory on my phone was really bad, so I couldn't do it. So I've had to delete a lot of stuff off my phone. If you would like to subscribe or like my video, comment, be awesome. Always great to see everybody comment on my stuff. I'm going to try and go right back from my journey to from home to the O2 with regards to this concert. I won't give you all the details, but as much as I can, and then what I thought of the bands, all the bands, should I say. So hopefully the video won't be too long. But yeah, absolutely shattered from travelling. As most people who watch my videos know, I live in Guernsey, so to go and watch my favourite bands costs a lot of money. There's a lot of travelling, and yeah, just not something you can go and do in in one day and then come back the same day. So yeah, that's when it costs a lot of money. And so we normally stay at the Intercontinental, which is right next door to the O2. So we don't have any faffing around, fuss with getting to the venue at the time after we've had a mooch around London and stuff like that. And at the end of the concert, we haven't got all of that crowd to get through onto the train, onto trains, onto tubes, in cars, trying to get away from the venue. My stupid alarm was going to go off then. So I'm going to show you my t-shirts that I got from the venue, plus the one that I bought and it never turned up on time, that I was expecting to wear when I got there. Then I will show you some two other things that I got for, well, one for me and one for my mate, so they're identical, that we got from the show. And then yeah, just go through what the concert was like. So first of all, about the May the 5th, I thought, oh my god, I've forgotten to order a t-shirt. Concert's May the 15th. Postmen don't work here on a Saturday and Sunday, unless it's Christmas time. They work, yeah, Saturdays mainly. So I only had till the 13th to get a t-shirt, and I messaged some company. They said, yeah, we'll get it to you. Their delivery date was well before then, and by that date, even the 14th, nothing had shown up. So I weren't very happy, and it was supposed to come obviously via Royal Mail 48. The guy would not give me a tracking number. I don't know why. I just found that a bit suspicious. Came from the UK, but it is a really cool t-shirt, and when I got back, it was through my door. When I got back from the concert, when I got back on Tuesday evening, yeah, I found it, and it is this one here, Whitesnake and the Slide It In t-shirt with David Coverdale on, and it is a proper Whitesnake merch t-shirt in large. I don't go with large, extra large anymore. They're too big for me. I lost a bit of weight, so yeah. But it's got nothing on the back, that one. But that was like 15 quid with free delivery, so that was alright. The night of the concert, I still hadn't found a t-shirt when I was walking around London. I couldn't find any shops. We were at Covent Garden, places like that, and just could not find there was supposed to be a t-shirt shop around there. I thought, oh well, I'll just have to make sure I can get one at the venue and rush around and try and get one with all the queues. Luckily, we got back on Sunday. We got off the train. We were walking up to the O2, and Michelle says to me, "Oh look, the merch shop. There's a queue in there." And so I sort of walked up really quickly, and was like, "Yes, awesome." And then we get in there, and the queue's actually going down quite quick. And we were inside. We managed to get inside there, and I bought this t-shirt. There was one of them that they didn't have my size, and that was, they must have just sold out of all the large. So, but yeah, I got the Love Hunter one. I do have a Love Hunter one from a number of years ago, but mine's very faded, and it wasn't as good as this one in the first place. So, even when it was new. But yeah, this is obviously an official Whitesnake one, and I love the fact that it has an amazing song on the back, which is a very small, short song, "We Wish You Well," which I do love. So that was actually the t-shirt I wore at the concert, and there was Europe ones up there, obviously, and Foreigner. I wanted a Europe one, but these were like £30, and I bought two. I just thought I'm just gonna get the Whitesnake ones because it was their last time I would ever get to see them. So then I thought, do I just get that one? No, I tried to get this other one. They didn't have my size, and then I just went, right, I've got to get this one because of having the tour dates on. So this is I've washed these since I come back. So this is the farewell tour, which a lot of people had on. They were wearing this one, and a lot of people were wearing the "We Wish You Well" t-shirt as well. But yeah, absolutely awesome. I wore this one on the way back from London on Tuesday, and I did get one guy come up to me in Gatwick. He was like, "Awesome, mate. I was there. That was an awesome concert." So, but yeah, we get to the venue. We get there about 6:30 because it said be there half an hour before the venue opened. No, it wasn't. It was 5:30, and there wasn't many people at the when we got to the gate. There was about 4 queues, and we were about the 5th from the front in the queue, and we got there at 5:30. And then by 6:00, which seemed like the longest wait ever, just that half an hour, we managed to get in there. Yeah, the queues were big. Not as big as the Iron Maiden. I must admit, even though there was 3 bands, when we got in the venue, we were sitting down for, it was like an hour it was like an hour before Europe came on first, and by then, when I watched the Iron Maiden gig, the whole place was just packed out. It was chocker. Um, but this was the whole standing area. There was only half of it full, and then there was a few people dotted around at the back. And I don't know. It only filled up when Foreigner played, and then obviously a lot more when Whitesnake played. The seats around, there was no one sitting in the seat for the first few songs of Europe on my side, and there was quite a few seats that were empty. But at the start of the Europe one, I missed the. I was at the bar, and actually no, I think they started playing at 6:45. Yeah, it was. So I was at the bar. Next minute I heard some music. I was like, oh God, I just got to the bar to get a drink, and then the bar staff was so bloody useless. They screwed up the order that the guy that was waiting in front of me, and he weren't happy because he was missing the start of the show. I was missing the start of the show. There was members of staff behind the bar that were just standing there doing nothing, not even helping anybody, and it was just shit. And we'd already had one drink, and I was just like, right, that's it. I've had enough. So I walked off. I don't know what that other guy did, because I think he'd already paid and had his order was all screwed up. So then I missed about 1.5 minutes of the start of Walk the Earth by Europe, and then which I was a bit pissed off about. But yeah, got in there, and oh my God, Joey Tempest and the guys were just really kick ass. Even though at this concert, compared to Iron Maiden and the Def Leppard one I went to at the O2, all the background, all the scenery was no way near big and in your face like those two other bands. It was, you know, the production around. It was just a stage with, you would have seen it in either my videos or on other people's videos on YouTube, or maybe the other concerts on YouTube. It wasn't a big, huge thing, but they still, you know, it was still really good. That was the lighting was all good. The Europe played. They didn't play a long set like some of the other two bands. There was no guitar solos, no drum solos from Europe. There was, so it seemed very short. It was, I'm trying to think of the songs that I weren't expecting. Songs like Ready or Not I wasn't expecting. Scream of Anger I know they've played before. I wasn't really expecting that, because they were doing a shorter show. I thought they were going to play more of the hits stuff. They did Final Countdown, they did Rock the Night, Carrie, Superstitious. I can't remember if they played. They didn't play Let the Good Times Rock. I'm sure they didn't play that now, which I kept on hoping for. I was, yeah, they definitely didn't play Let the Good Times Rock. The other thing was the highlight of the evening for me with Europe was John Norum. I really did not expect how he played that. Well, how great he played. I've seen, obviously, you see live things of him playing, but unless you're there, he really did. He blew me away. It was like, oh my God, that guy really is so kick-ass on guitar. When he played the Final Countdown riff, and riffs from the other songs as well, I was like, holy shit. He really was pretty cool. Didn't really see the other members of the band though. It was, the Europe stage seemed very dark. Saw Joey. It wasn't the colourful. The Europe stage thing was not as colourful as the Foreigner or the Whitesnake performance. It was very dark. There needed to be more colours in that in the light and everything, on the stage, and to highlight some of the members as well. And some of the times you didn't even see really John and some of those didn't really come to the front of the band, to the front of the stage and do anything. I don't even remember seeing John Levin or Ian. I don't remember seeing them at all. And Mick was, I just didn't see him because it was so dark, and we weren't far back. We were halfway along on the, if you're looking at the stage, we were halfway along on the right hand side. So, and right down as well, sitting down. But so we had a good view. I think to watch Europe, we really could have been a lot closer. We would have had to be to see everything. So I'm glad other people have been putting videos up on YouTube of them. There's not a great deal actually at the moment, but I'm sure there will be. But yeah, Europe were great, absolutely great. Foreigner, I'd never seen, obviously, Kelly Hansen singing with Foreigner for, not in a live setting, but on videos. I think I watched it when he first was with the band, and I wasn't really that keen because obviously I liked Lou Gramm, and I didn't follow Kelly Hansen before, so I knew nothing. And when we left the venue, Michelle said to me that Foreigner were the thing that she loved the most, and she wasn't expecting that, and she does like a lot more of their songs. And yeah, they were absolutely brilliant. They really, I would say they sort of stole the show. I don't like saying that because my favourite band is Whitesnake and my other favourite band is Europe. So yeah, they were brilliant. I wasn't too keen on all the I'm never really keen on watching guitar solos, watching drum solos, and watching keyboard solos as well. There was quite a few of those with one of those really weird 80s keyboard that you stand with. That was not really my thing. It was great to see Jeff Pilson was obviously on bass, and Mick Jones came on for a couple of songs towards the end, because I don't know what his health issue is at the moment, or I know he's had a health issue with medication. I managed to catch up on a interview from before or pre-COVID time, 2017. We mentioned that he couldn't play guitar for 6 months, I think it was. I was expecting Lou Gramm to come on, maybe as a guest appearance. That didn't happen, but I know he's done it in the past. What else? So yeah, Foreigner, it was just absolutely amazing when some of their songs and people in the crowd were putting up their phones with all the lights going around with the phones on. That was just like awesome, because years back it would have been lighters, and I was just like blown away by that. That was just cool. They Europe was very loud band, and then obviously Foreigner were loud as well. It was all very loud. The being that low down, it was a lot louder than being up the top. So yeah, that was a bit of a shock. So then Whitesnake came on, and by this, after the first pint of Stella, me and Michelle gave up on going to get other drinks, because these bands were changing very quickly, and I thought, nah, I can't go and get a drink and miss anything else, so I didn't bother. So then when Whitesnake came on, Bad Boys was the first one. Absolutely cool. And I've liked Bad Boys in the past. I've always liked that song in the past. I got a bit bored of it, but it was actually really great. Slide It In, I think, was second. That was when David was singing Bad Boys brilliantly, and somebody that, like Michelle, my girlfriend, she didn't know if he was singing bad or if it was supposed to be like that, so it was perfectly fine for her. She didn't know when he was making mistakes or couldn't sing, except for one moment when we got to Still of the Night, and she said, "Why can't we hear him?" And I said, "No, this is the part in the middle of the song where he whispers a bit when he talks, and he says a few words, so that's okay. You don't have to worry about that." There were a few moments, probably into Slide It In, the second song, where he was getting a bit croaky. He was struggling with some of it, but like I say, he's 70 years old. I couldn't even sing those songs at a young age. A voice is something you've got to take care of, and when you scream and shout and you're singing those high notes virtually every night or every other night like they do for hundreds and hundreds of shows, the voice is going to screw up. His voice already went in 86. He had to have operation. That's why he came back stronger for the 87 album. And I hate seeing people complain about his voice. It's just great to see the guy out there. It's just, I tolerate it. I'm like, yeah, he's 70 years old. Even some people that are going out playing guitar that have got illnesses, i.e. Glenn Tipton, he can't play all of the show now because of his health. Who else? Mick Jones, yes. Mick Jones is probably the older one. He's 74, or was he a bit older? 77, something like that. But we've all got to understand our heroes are getting a lot older. Unless you're into all this new crap that's on the radio these days. It's horrible in a way when we think, our heroes could, in the next few years, might not be around. So I was so pleased just to even see David Coverdale on stage with, even though, well, it's great to see him with Tommy Aldridge. And yes, oh my God, Tommy Aldridge, him playing that drum solo, that was a drum solo in the middle of Crying in the Rain, that was well worth going to see that show. the guy, I know he does that drum solo like he does, but just to be there and see it, everybody in the crowd was just amazed and just cheering him on, and he was just it was just like wow. You could hear people going wow in the background. It was just killer. The guy is 71 and he's still doing that. Just absolutely awesome. I would say that I wasn't very keen on the sound of everything else that was Whitesnake though. I think at the start of the before the show of Whitesnake, they did something with the mic because the other two bands were just, they went on. The Whitesnake show, someone was standing there with the mic and they were adjusting it, I'm sure, but I think they just lowered David's vocals. Well, not lowered his vocals down here, but lowered his mic because he. Sorry, I'm struggling. My voice is sore. He is. He was really struggling, I think, to be at that level so you could hear him over the guitars, and I just found that really weird. The guitars as well, I don't know what it was like with the Michael Devin show, but from what I saw on YouTube, his bass guitar was really great. His playing really great. This new girl, this Tanya, her bass is a funny tone and level. It's a weird tone. I don't know how to describe the bass on that. It's like it got a twang to it, and it was over. It was all you could hear was that bass over what it was overpowering. That's the word. And then sometimes you couldn't even hear the guitars very well, and what they were actually playing, and it was just all noise. Reb Beach, when he did his solo, didn't look like he was really into it much. And I've seen Reb Beach on videos and stuff playing solos, and he really kicked ass back in the day. But this time I was a bit like, I was not impressed with Reb Beach's solo. Joel was a lot better. His solo was clearer. If you watch the video with Reb Beach's solo on YouTube, there should be one. It was nothing spectacular. So I was like, that weren't what I think he was capable of. And I was not into, I know they got that Dino bloke in to help with the vocals. I don't know if that guy was actually doing a huge amount to back David up, to be quite honest. That Michael, what's his name? The other guy for the keyboards, is it Michael Lupe? He was doing really well. He was, yeah, his vocals were great. But yeah, the Dino bloke and the Tanya one, I wasn't really that fussed about them, to be quite honest. And when we got to the point where what was it? Still in the Night was probably the weakest song vocally, but that's because David did it second to last. And that song is quite hard for anybody to sing, let alone somebody that's 70. And but he did still do a great job. and he did do quite a few screams in that song, and I thought he ain't going to do them, and he did pull them off. It was just probably the middle of the song where a few lines at the start of the song that he did struggle with, and it was a little bit more of a yelp than it was a scream or a yelp when he was trying to sing. But other than that, Whitesnake, they were still really great, really great, and I enjoyed all of it. And I am so pleased that I got to see my idols, Joey Tempest, David Coverdale, and Tommy Aldridge was just, he was awesome, and John Norum as well. They were the ones, well, all of Europe, and the main original old guys, not really the really old of Whitesnake, because I would have loved to have seen the really early version of Whitesnake. Bernie and Mickey, and that would have been great, and Neil Murray. And yes, but it was a very cool show. I loved every minute of it. There was not anything that I would say, oh no, I hated that. There was just obviously the little bits that were stuff that I would go, I've got to expect somebody of that age in Whitesnake, or a singer of any band that's been going that long, nearly 50 years, to have some issues and struggles. So I really hate seeing people that say, oh, David's voice is shot. It's not very nice. It's he should give up type thing, or you just carry on, eh? If you want to be there, and people are still going. There was a lot more people wearing Whitesnake t-shirts than there were the other bands. So people really do want to go and see Whitesnake. So yes, I'm going to go because I don't know how long my memory is on this phone. So I'm glad you all have enjoyed watching my videos lately, and hopefully you enjoyed my review of this. Yeah, I would go and watch them all again because they were thoroughly enjoyable.